I mean, take a look at this. This is the world's first reasonably priced Lexus. We're going to do 10 things that you need to know about this new LBX. And the first is price. Number one, £29,000 to 40 odd grand, or on Leasing.com, this much. And that is a steal for this car, and we'll tell you why. Although it looks a bit like a pet that you'll want to dress up in little clothes, it's not. This is a serious high-end 1.5 petrol hybrid. It's also the best feeling small SUV probably in the world. You might be interested to know that this is one of the only cars in the world today that starts with a fabric interior. If you don't want to spend the money on the high quality, fabric is a nice thing to have, and it's a good quality fabric. This is the 32 grand version, and this leather is without doubt the softest, best quality leather I have ever experienced in a car less than 100 grand. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the idea. Not very many corners being cut with this car, if any. This is the Lexus Love Dog from Japan. Very good quality, as you can see the materials. Yes, you love me today, don't you? When humans interact with nice things, hormones like oxytocin are released into the bloodstream. Lexus believe their luxury materials help to boost our sense of well-being. A few days in one of these did actually make me feel rather soothed, and that the world was all okay, really. Number two is the almost silent driving that you will have. Obviously it's a full hybrid, and then when you push on the engine, a little 1.5 3-cylinder unit will kick in and charge the battery. No plugs required. I can hear sort of a whirring sound. Very nice. We're in EV mode at the moment, doing 17 miles an hour. So 17 miles an hour, no engine. How fast can I go before the engine comes in? And will I notice it? 22? It says that's my speed warning. I was doing 21 there in a 20. Still no engine. And there isn't much point having a hybrid if the engine keeps coming on and making our weather rubbish. And that's takeaway number one. It's a very hybrid kind of hybrid. LBX, what does it mean? Well, it stands for Lexus Breakthrough Crossover. And in fact, it's the only crossover, luxury crossover of this size. And although it might well be based on the Yaris Cross, you might think it's a rebadged Yaris Cross. It really isn't. And this is abundantly clear when you get inside. I mean, the sound of the door shutting is ridiculous. Then you've got the soft leather again. Do you know what? If this is a fake leather, I'm completely faked. But look at the detail on this door card. The feeling when you open and close the windows, even the sound when you open the window, it's just, it knocks spots off of lots and lots of manufacturers. A couple of things not to change. Well, also the sound deadening in here is really good for the car size. A couple of things not to change. Don't change the leather on the steering wheel. If you ever went into a retailer and you touch that steering wheel, that's it, you'll order one. Don't change this. This is the lovely little shifter. We like shifters. What else don't change? Don't change the fact that you get free adaptive cruise, a whole suite of automatic stopping technology and auto high beam. Don't change the fact that when you do the indicators, it feels like you're moving something of high quality. And we haven't even, acoustic glass even on some of the cheaper ones. And it's really interesting because one of the German manufacturers had a very large SUV, and they for some reason decided to stop offering the acoustic glass without telling anyone. So when they got their 70 grand big SUV, they were absolutely furious that they'd taken away a massive soundproofing and UV protecting item. When manufacturers change their policies and give people less car for more money, it's not long before the word gets out. Lexus appear to be doing the opposite. And whilst we can't ignore that Lexus, conversely, tend to lose money faster than some of the other brands, they are counteracting this with their 10-year warranty. There's a few very clever things going on when you drive this, other than the Lexus hybrid system. And if you're going to get a hybrid, it's best that you should get a Lexus, really. The first hybrid was 1866 and it was a Porsche, but you could argue that Lexus or Toyota were the most successful at it. Anyway, so what we notice here is that this is a really rigid setup, very rigid, also very low center of gravity and a wide track. All those things together mean it all adds up to fun. Number 5, the way it looks. Some people think it's an acquired taste. It is growing on me, and it does depend on the color. Completely new spindle grille there. You've got a little bit of aluminium here detail, which makes a lot of difference, especially if this was on a different color. And dare I say, it looks like it's smiling at you, which is kind of a cute thing for maybe a female audience, maybe, but it's a muscular smile at the same time, like a female who does CrossFit.
Daniel Brandon.
Talking of muscles, deliberately flared arches, you can see, then it goes in like a lean waist and then back out again, and then of course you'll see later in the video this is one strip to give that kind of sense of width. It isn't a big car though. It's 5'1" tall and 13.9 in terms of length. The boot, will you get a buggy in here? It's 402 litres, so it's the same as the Q2. Yeah, you get a buggy in there. Don't damage it, whatever you do. But is it a family car? No, it's not. It's for the youth, young, cool, or young at heart. Fashion. 2 things they could work on. You can have this for free, Lexus, allowing you to open or close the windows with the key, and also powering down the car when it's locked. No Lexus does that, and a few other cars do. Digital instrument cluster now, which is good. Some of them have got ambient lighting and it's not too Benidorm. You've got the B mode in there, which is like, it's kind of like regen. You can put the car into engine braking. The way that you open and close the windows, this material, even the surrounding area, does make a mockery of so many other car manufacturers. They really are putting a lot of effort in, and to get a new audience, I know exactly who that new audience is, and I think these are gonna fly off the shelves. Unfortunately, they sent me the uncoolest color with the most ridiculous wheels, but that's okay, because for me, they know I'm going to moan about road noise, and there isn't very much with those wheels. You'd probably get some bigger ones maybe, and maybe a twin color. In fact, one of the items, number 8 on our things to know, is a negative, and we'll come on to that in a moment. Have a look at this. This is the digital electronic door opening device. There is no handle, it does not move. It is like an electronic thing that stops you from opening the door from the inside if a car is coming, so that you don't open the door onto a cyclist or another car. The list of safety features you get on this is actually really quite astonishing. It would probably take me 10 minutes to go through all the list. Definitely worth having a look on the website and checking the amount of stuff that you get. Right, couple of things. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That is where the phone goes to charge it. It will slide about in there, not the end of the world. One cup holder and a little slot for your high quality key. And then you can slide this back, which feels beautiful to slide back to reveal your passenger's cup holder. And then you can lift that and put things in there. What else is good? Oh yeah, you've got this. This is they've all got these things now, which is the thing to make sure you're paying attention, and it isn't irritating. And actually, they've reduced the amount of beeps. Normally in a Lexus, everything is beeping at you the whole time. There's hardly any, and even if you do get some, you can silence them. Radar cruise is standard on most. It's smooth and very subtle, particularly in this road noise. Well, it's there a bit when you don't really expect it to be, but the suspension, the rigidity, and the nimble nature feature of this car helps you not really care very much. Speaker placement has been improved for the sound system, and that's important, and the position of the center screen here beats the systems in the other Lexus models in usability. Number 8 is going to be the disappointing one because this does not come with a sunroof, and that to me is a deal breaker. It might not be for you, and it's a shame. Lots of people are making cars without sunroofs. Are sunroofs a bit 1998? Because I'm sorry, we like the sun. It does come with four-wheel drive though. If you want a four-wheel drive version, it's obviously front-wheel drive as standard, and they all have 136 horsepower and something very interesting called vehicle braking posture control, and that is where you are braking, the car automatically adjusts the suspension or yaw angle so that when you're braking there isn't too much lurching to the side or to the front. Another thing I like about the LBX is how it cleverly positions itself for something that appeals to all genders and all ages, right? I could see my mum in one of these.
Call me Nan.
Just as much as I could see myself in one. It's all just down to colour and spec. I actually prefer driving this to the NX. So for me, I was thinking, UX? Maybe LBX? 9 is the outstanding fuel economy because this does 60 miles to the gallon easily. So today the engine's been on, not been moving. I've literally done a 20-minute drive. It's now on 50 miles to the gallon, which is amazing. Obviously the price and the VED is going to be relatively realistic because this isn't qualifying for what they call expensive car surcharge, which is if a car is over £40,000 list, including options, then you pay a surcharge of VED on top of what the car would normally be, so another £410 a year. They've changed that. That's why I'm going on about it an awful lot. They've changed that recently. It's £410 on top of your... I know, thank you for that. Again, that could have changed by the time you're watching this. Insurance is another one because for me, £379 for this, which I thought was a little bit expensive, and if you're 25, that goes up to £596. Very strange. And so what we have then is a very good quality, highly fashionable, Howard approved car that is not that much more money than a Yaris Cross, okay? Yaris Cross has been so popular and so successful for Toyota. In fact, there's a couple of countries, I can't remember which one, where you go there and that's all you see. This is a much more British version. Unfortunately, I'm not even sure you'll be able to get this in America, so that's a big deal. But it's not that much more money. It's £60 a month extra. Personally, I would pay it over the Yaris Cross if I wanted one of these. Thank you very much for watching. And now, here is your round of applause for staying till the end.